This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. You're going to also have an opportunity to cut some promos on the January 18th Mid-Atlantic show. That's the syndicated show. It would have been taped in Greenwood, South Carolina on January 13th. I believe there's actually a couple of promos here. Here's one.
Hi, wrestling fans. Welcome to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Stay with us because we've got a good one for you. And right now, we want to introduce this man beside us. No stranger to all you wrestling fans, Arn Anderson. But this is a new introduction for Arn as the new World Television Champion, Arn Anderson.
Thank you, Bob. You know, Bob, since the beginning of time, any champion in any sport, if he was a true champion, had to overcome adversity. I came out here once before and took this belt from Dusty Rhodes, but he snuck up behind me, busted me in the head with a chair. Jim Crockett Promotions did nothing about it. Jim Crockett did later come out here and throw his chest out and say, Arn, you don't deserve that belt. So we're going to have a tournament. And you're talking about overcoming adversity. That, on top of the fact that I had to beat Wahoo McDaniels, Ronnie Garvin, and Jimmy Valiant, is the reason I can truly call myself the World Television Champion.
No doubt about that, but I got to ask you about this because this is what all the wrestling world is buzzing about. That's your cousin Ole, his broken leg at the hands of Dusty Rhodes.
And on what should be the happiest day of my life, I have to stand out here with mixed emotions because Dusty Rhodes, with those 300-pound Road Warriors, did intentionally and maliciously ruin my cousin's leg on purpose. And nobody has even spanked his wrist. Now, can you tell me that? Explain that to me, Bob.
No, I can't. And let me say, Arn, a little later on in this hour, fans, we're going to see that. We're going to watch it, Arn. We're going to see what happened later on. We're going to.
Go ahead. I want to see it later on. I got one little word for you, though, Rhodes. This has only begun. You think a broke leg was bad. This has only started. Just remember, out of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, myself, and Ole Anderson, there's still some serious combinations that can be thrown together. Just think of that and just remember that.
All right, the world's television champion, fans, Arn Anderson. And now let's go to the ring as we're about ready for action.
Intentiously.
That's not a word.
It is when you say it. Here's the thing. I'm friends with a pretty professional broadcaster, a radio legend in some circles. And he told me once, Conrad, if you say it on the air with confidence and some bass in your voice, people will question, have I been saying that word wrong all these years? Because they assume since you've got a microphone, hey, he knows what's going on and he's saying it on TV or he's saying it on the radio. That must be right. And they rethink the way they were saying it. So if I'm not careful, I'm going to run around in my real life saying, not intentionally, but intentiously, because you convinced me that was a word.
How long have I been this guy's hero?
A
while, right?
Yeah, Dave Silva's.
Yes, Big Dave. Dave, are you in the background back there somewhere? Are you lurking? I know you wanted to hear this show. Come on, Dave. You dig it. Yeah, I guess he's 100% right. If you make a mistake, in the ring, I advise guys, you make a mistake, just keep going because there's only couple people that know, you and your opponent, what it should have been. I knew what I meant it to be. It didn't come out that way, but you could never tell that I wasn't really confident in what I said was correct.
The fans didn't know. I mean, that's the thing. They didn't know. So
yeah, well, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, they don't know, I'm saying if you mess up a match, right? Like if you mess up in a match, and you had maybe laid it out in the back and you're going to do this and then I'm going to do that, and you forget a sequence or miss a spot, how would we know? If you keep the match going, we wouldn't know. So yeah, to your point, keep going. And we're going to keep going here.
I'm on your team. I agree. Thank you for noticing that it was the wrong word and I covered it.
It was great. We didn't know. By the way, I am intentionally going to play this promo from with you and Flair as we continue our baby doll talk. This is from the 18th.
Ladies and gentlemen, with me now, Arn Anderson, who is the world's television champion and one half of the national tag team champions. How long? We're not sure about that one.
David Crockett, for Dusty Rhodes to have a broad come out here and do his talking for him tells me what kind of man he is. I've told you, women were put on this earth to make dinner and make babies, and not necessarily in that order. And baby doll, you come out here on national television and tell me I'm next. If I'm next means what I think it is, I have never betted a 200-pound buffarilla in my life, and I'm not about to start now, so not a chance.
Brother, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, David, we walk out the door of any building in the arena, and people are booing and screaming and hollering. You know why that is? Because we got heat. They don't like us because we're the best there is. And if you don't believe we are, look on that shoulder, look in that hand, and look right here. 3 of the most prestigious trophies in all wrestling. And Ronnie Garvin, I don't care who you got buffaloed, and you're thinking you're the man to beat Ric Flair, brother. You got to climb a hill way earlier in the morning than you are right now, brother, to even jump on Ric Flair. Dusty Rhodes, oh, come on, Dusty Rhodes, you're not the world champion, Ric Flair is. And as far as you calling Magnum TA the boss, I'm as insulted as I've ever been in my life. How you can call a fly-by-night, nothing happening punk like Magnum the boss, I'll never know. And Magnum, you, Garvin, Dusty, any of you want to find out who the real bosses are in this big bad business, jump on, Daddy.
So we see you here. You got your sweater vest like you like it. Got your white dress up, button up shirt underneath. Got your shades on, of course. Too cool for school. But you got a wedding ring and a pinky ring. What came first for you, the wedding ring or the pinky ring?
Wedding ring. I had no money when we got married. So obviously after this thing started clicking, and I knew it would, then I got the pinky ring. Now, I don't know about that sweater vest thing. And I'm not sure when I cut that promo about women making dinner and making babies, maybe you could reverse the order. Maybe you make a baby and then she makes dinner. That always is a good thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you even said not necessarily in that order. So you knew what you were doing even back then.
Yeah, you can sometimes rethink that thing. You know, a ham sandwich after a little bit of an interlude, it's a good thing.
Roll Tide on that. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.